1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, 3. I'll drop kick you in the knee. Don't shut up. All right, everybody. Welcome to Hot Couch Potato, the podcast where we talk about video games and scary movies. My name is Brent, aka Buwop. I'm here with my man's Rick, aka A New Perfect Day. What's going on, man?
So, this year, I was kind of excited to have Halloween, you know, because I'm in my new place and we're going to have trick-or-treaters, and I understand that there's COVID happening, so, you know, kids can't... I wasn't expecting kids, period, but still, like, I was, like, kind of excited for this day. So I bought a lot of candy, and... you know, I put it out there, and then I wasn't really thinking too much of it. You know, I was like folding laundry, and I put the candy out there for kids to go ahead and take. And then my first trick-or-treater was actually like a little kid, like a 2-year-old kid dressed up as BB-8 from Star Wars. And I was like, oh man, this is cool. And then, you know, it was the kid was with his parent, and then they took 2 candy, and then she was like, say happy Halloween, and then the kid's like, happy Halloween. And then I got teary. I was like, damn, dude, this is memories, and I can see why this holiday happened. And then you know, the next couple of rings, you know, my ring doorbell thing, you know, gets alert. And then I sometimes like drop in to see who's in my front door, and it's just kids, you know. I saw like one in Buzz Lightyear, and I was like, oh man, these kids, this is cool. This is a cool feeling, you know. And then that's where later that night we were playing some games, and then I saw in my feed that some 2 kids, like 10, 12-year-old kids, took all of the candy, and I was like, wow, dude, you know, really? But I can't really be mad at that, because, you know, it's like,
you would have done that too if you were that age.
Exactly. I was like thinking, man, did I have morals back then? And I was like, nah, dude. I completely didn't have any morals when I was their age, so I was like, you know what, I'll let it slide, you know, because my first bowl of candy was actually a test run, you know, because I wasn't sure if I can trust the community to take 1 or 2 candies. So I only filled it halfway. And then, so yeah, that happened. And I was like, oh, wow, you know, like, I guess the majority of it, they were good. And it was just that those 2 kids. So, you know, I refilled the bucket with the rest of the other candy. And then, fortunately, you know, everyone else was pretty good and spot on. So I guess it was a good... you know, most of the candy was gone. I'm happy because there's a lot of candy, and yeah, that's what happened.
So what kind of candy?
I bought that one that has like filled with you know, the variety pack stuff. The thing is, I've been seeing a trend now. They took all like the gummy bears and the Kit Kats and, you know, the mainstream ones. Everybody left behind a grip of the Butterfingers and the Crunches.
What? Oh,
and I was like, I love Crunch and I love Butterfinger.
No, though.
What the heck, man?
Wait, no. If you look into a bowl and you see a Butterfinger, a Reese's,
I'm taking Reese's.
Snickers. Yeah,
I'm taking Snickers.
Yeah, if you see those, if you see Butterfinger, Snickers, you're going to take the Snickers. If you see Reese's or Crunch, you're going to take the Reese's, dude. So that's what happened. You know, it's just the lowest tier. Exactly. It's a good thing. You know, candy's always great, but it's just the lowest tier candy. You know, unfortunately, there has to be a lowest tier.
So, I was not expecting like it to be a trend, you know, because I would think, oh, yeah, there's other people with flavors that like Butterfingers, you know what I mean? And the others that like Crunch. But I guess the consensus is people would take the majority popular and leave that much candy behind that is not favorable. And I was like thinking, God damn, dude! Like what? Like I thought I'm gonna have to next year. I won't buy Butterfinger and Crunch.
But then see, there's always gonna be a lowest tier of whatever you buy. So the next lowest tier might be like Milky Way or something, or Three Musketeers. You know, that's what's gonna be left for you next year.
Dude, you know what's more surprising? People took $100,000 and Babe Ruth candy bars over those two. So
no, I was like, way, dude. Okay.
I thought those were like the old people candy that, you know what I mean?
No, $100,000 is tight. $100,000 is actually really tight.
Yeah.
But Baby Ruth? No way,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, exactly. No, so I didn't understand that. But, the leftover candy, as much as I wanted to keep it, I had to actually, I decided to throw it away. I was like, there's too many animals that were in that bucket.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like that's like the number one hotspot of germs. And I guess people would like wash it or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I'm not gonna take the risk, and I just tossed it. It was only like maybe 15 pieces of candy left,
and it was Butterfinger and Crunch. So
Butterfinger and Crunch. Yeah.
You know what's crazy though?
Well, I would have ate it.
I don't know what's going on though with like with Crunch. I don't know if their marketing has been non-existent, because I really haven't had a Crunch since maybe not a Crunch, but a Butterfinger since I was in grade school, probably, man.
Damn.
But before that, well, at least now, the most recent time I had it was for Final Fantasy, dude. Remember when they had?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude, like I forgot what the packaging looked like. I remember I went to 7-Eleven and Ralph's and I couldn't find it. I was like, wait, do Butterfingers still exist? I had to go all the way to expensive ass Vaughn's to get it.
Yeah, exactly. I guess it makes sense. We do not normally go after Butterfingers, so you wouldn't remember. You know what I mean?
And it's good. Like the first bite is cool, and then by the time you get midway, I need to sneeze. That came up crazy. But by the time you get into your second bite, whatever filling is in there is just stuck in your teeth, and it's just not enjoyable anymore, man.
Yeah, I like Crunch, but I think I like. I don't know. I don't know.
We have to make a tier one day. We have to make a tier list of candy next Halloween, man. We'll make a tier list, dude.
Yeah, Butterfinger Crunch at the bottom. The
lowest, yeah.
Shit.
But that's wild, man. I mean, we're laughing about it, or I'm laughing about it, but that is kind of a big accomplishment, man. Your first Halloween in a house you own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're finally that person for those kids that's like the cool house that has all the cool candy.
I'll probably have the weakest, but but still, like that's a crazy feeling. You know what I mean? I was not in my life, because at being at your parents, I would think, oh man, I gotta pass out candy, and these kids come by, pass them out. But yeah, like you said, you're in your own place, and then you see these kids coming up. They're excited. I guess it's because they're excited and you're facing them directly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's true.
So even though it was indirect and I was seeing them on the camera, but it was like our house is offering candy to these kids. Mm-hmm. Is how I felt. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's a sense of ownership, so that's good. Wait, did you just go out for just the first kid and handed him the candy, and the rest you were like, nah?
No, hell no, dude. I put it out there on the ring, but they still like. The kid was like, "Happy Halloween" to the Ring doorbell. You know what I mean?
Shit! Okay.
And I was like, "Oh man, that is pretty cool." That's I got teary and things like that. So yeah, it's a nice neighborhood. Everyone was really dressed up, even the adults.
That's crazy, man. Because I heard everywhere else wasn't really that active. It definitely wasn't active up over here, at least in the complex. But even down in like my mom's neighborhood, like Paradise Hills, I don't think it was that active. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yep. And I think I turned on all the lights too, and things like that. So
people knew.
Yeah. So it was cool.
Nice. But yeah, Halloween's always cool. I'm definitely a scaredy cat, so I guess I'm not into Halloween as a lot of other people are. We did a quarantine kind of mask off on Discord for Halloween. And that was pretty cool, man. Rick was a Jedi or Emperor Palpatine. Either or.
Yeah.
But dude, Crystal fucking killed it, man. That's crazy, man.
I was nice paint.
Kind of scared to look at her little tile, man, half the time.
At first, like I thought it was like, oh yeah, it's not bad. It's cool, cool face mask or face painting. And I was like watching the movie with you guys late at night after we were playing games, and I kept looking at the corner where where her thing is, and it was like creeping me out. And then I was like starting to remember the raid that we just did, and then I was like, oh god damn it. So I turned on the lights and then I kind of like zoomed in on the movie. So I was like, wouldn't have to see that anymore.
That was actually kind of fun too, because I hate scary movies, but it was funny watching it online with everybody. That was pretty cool, man. But yeah, this weekend the Ghost of Tsushima raid came out. What we've been working towards, I guess, for the past 2 weeks, just grinding out survivors, trying to get above like key level 100 so that we can get into the raid. It's funny, we were all ready to do it. It came out on Friday, and we're all above 100 and we're ready to start, and all of a sudden we can't start it because we have to be or we have to finish the whole story mode first, and none of us had finished the story mode.
Yeah, I thought I did, and then I looked
out
like,
survival,
oh,
dude.
Yep.
Which is crazy. And it's funny, at least to me, thinking about it, because we're so used to this. We played Destiny, we played Final Fantasy 14. We're playing Genshin. We're used to this grinding for gear and finding the most efficient, the best way to level up faster.
Yeah.
That, of course, we skip the story missions and just do survival for 18 hours to rank up instead of experiencing the online story they want us to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, I think it's because we're overpowered when we did the survival, and then we get all that gear, and then it's like, I don't know. I think the grind for the gear is better than to do the story.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, we could totally get items from the story, but it's just not going to be as fast, right? We get maybe 6-7 pieces from gold tier survival mode, but you only get 2 pieces from a story mission,
Right. Yep, exactly.
So, yeah, it's just where the time is, the meta for the grind is what we find out the fastest. But yeah, after that we kind of jumped in to the there's 3 parts to the raid that came out. We jumped into the first part, and it wasn't too bad. One thing that kind of discouraged me a little bit is, just like Destiny, man, they didn't put any raid mechanics in any of the story missions, dude. So we kind of had to make it up as we went along. Maybe the platforms we knew about, if you had a certain energy on your sword, you could make certain platforms appear. But cracking the eggs with exploding enemies, some of the spirit bow stuff, we didn't know about any of that until you jump in the raid. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing too. I think we spent a good chunk of our time trying to figure it out on our own.
Yeah,
and we did for most part, but I guess there's some times when we did have to look up stuff. But I think the one that I do remember is when we were at that gate, and there's that portal of blood in front, and then we didn't know what to do for the longest. We're just killing all the enemies, thinking the blood of the enemies is gonna fill up the gate.
Oh yeah.
But it turns out it was something to do with whatever you guys were bringing back to that portal, And then we had to keep the enemies off of it. It's just a lot of things we had to think of, and
that's true. Yeah, I think out of all of the raid kind of, what's the word for it? Raid mechanics, I think we really only needed to look up 2, right? It was that one, filling up the door, and then maybe the portal. The one where 2 of us stood on the fountains, and then 2 people had to go inside and fill up.
Oh, yeah, that was was the number one. I think. Yeah, that was definitely number one.
Those two. But yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy that we haven't seen before. I think for sure we've struggled on Destiny raids a lot more than this Ghost of Tsushima raid. But it was super enjoyable, man. It made me pay attention to my stats, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, same. Like I just, I was like, oh yeah, this perk is nice. This fire thing is nice. And then it got me thinking. I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to go into the really min-maxing stuff where counter damage is really effective and parry. And I was like, oh man, I really have to pay attention now to all that.
Yeah. That's true. I think I like it slightly better than Destiny raids. I think since it's third-person melee combat, you can implement a lot more into it rather than just a first-person shooter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could be more flexible in the puzzles that you have rather than just pointing and shooting stuff in a certain order. I definitely feel like the Destiny raids trained us for the platforming parts. Because some of those platforming parts were kind of tricky, man. There was some that were on timers. Some platforms only showed up if a specific person jumped on it first. And you didn't know who had to jump on it. You had to have one spotter that let you know whose turn it was to make certain platforms appear. They did a good job, I think. They definitely did a good job.
Yeah, it was pretty thought out. The trick is getting us all coordinated to do, things like that. And even though we were on the same page, it was just like a delay or, someone jumps too early and then the platform disappears from the people.
Yeah.
Just because we're so, it's a lot of multitasking, I would think.
I think that's what I like, though, is... Of course, it's a raid. And, they made this completely... You have to bring your own party. You can't matchmake to do the raid, which makes a lot of sense because, like you were saying, in one instance, if there's one lapse in judgment or you forget to communicate one thing, you could wipe the raid, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't tell someone, oh, hey, I'm doing this, they have no idea, and all of a sudden, they're falling to their death. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, man. But no, I had a lot of fun with it. I think the checkpoints are better spread out than Destiny raids for sure. In Destiny raids, you could be on one part for maybe half an hour, die, and then you have to do that whole half an hour all over again. You know what I mean? In this one, I don't think they were that far apart. Each task was kind of short and contained. We finished the first one fairly quickly. The second one, we grinded for like 4 hours, I think.
Yeah, and we didn't pass the last part.
Yeah, because we were grinding for 4. I think it was like 3:30 in the morning or something at that point. And it was daylight savings time, so we saw 2 o'clock twice in the same night. So yeah, technically, we were grinding for like 4 hours and just kind of ended up short on the last part. Next thing you know, we played the next day and we beat it. We like one-shot the whole thing, except for the last part. I think just took us a couple tries.
I hate that last mission. I think what happens is it's a lot of stress and it's in a span. It's a long duration of stress. You know what I mean? We had the quick burst of stress of battling, and then boom, it's over, and then we recover mentally. And then we go on to the next one, and it's high, and then boom, recover. But that one, it's so long, it's stressful, and you have to make sure everyone's doing their job.
You're right. I think that part is the most comparable to a Destiny raid than anything else, because you're right. They did really good at the pacing where there's a fighting portion, puzzle portion, then platforming, right? They kind of mix that well together, but that last part is kind of everything thrown into one, where 2 people have to defend a point, the other 2 have to get a totem and take it all the way back to the starting point, and they have to jump on platforms all the way across the map and shit like that. Yeah, you're right, because there's so many moving parts that you got to do. I think the first time we did it and almost finished it, basically you have to get these 4 different totems and place them around this tower to open up a gate. So we got the first 2 down pretty well. You know, I think the 2 people that were defending certain points were good at defending. I think that was you and Ant. And then Eric and I had worked out how to just use our assassination tools as ghosts to just kill everybody fast so we can get back to you guys as fast as possible. But the last part, bringing that last totem to the starting point was so stressful, dude.
Hell yeah, because everything spawns, demons, 10 demons, and I'm a little man with a little old bow. And I'm like doing my best to swim above water. And then
so it's crazy because technically it's the closest totem to the end point, right? But you have to activate these platforms so the person can get up to it. And then once you activate the platforms, a bunch of invisible Ronin attack you and shit, and they just kill you in one hit. It's just the worst, man. I remember the first time we did it, I think Ant died, so I picked it up and tried to run it back, but the points weren't being defended, or like the blood was filling up too quick. And we were like 10 feet away when we failed. But fortunately, we recovered pretty well. I think we beat it the next try. So
yeah,
that's what was amazing to me. Like, we really did spend the time to figure out the mechanics of how to finish the raid, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So that was cool. Because once we knew what we were doing, just easy peasy, one shot everything.
Yeah, I'm like thinking now, if we had, let's say, 2 Ronins defending the point, and I think 2 ghosts, we might be able to have each ghost go get their stones respectively at the same time. Because all you need is whoever had that color sword to step on the first platform,
and then run across.
You can set the ghost, whoever the other person up there, and then the other person returns to their their defend
spot.
point.
Yeah.
And then send the other ghosts at the same time, so then both will get it at the same time.
That's true.
And then if they die, one of us
Ronin can res them. Yeah, I think that's wild how they balanced out the abilities like that, where you have like the Ronin is a support class that can revive people. You know. Just like the fucking Warlock in Destiny, where there were certain points where you had to have a Warlock on your team because you had to set down a damage boost or do revives or some shit like that at some point. I think that's really cool how they did that. So yeah, we beat the first 2 parts, and the last part, I'll be honest, when we first started the last part, I was sweating because I was like, oh, dude, I don't know if I have enough brain power to figure out more puzzles, dude. The first 2 are already hard, and this one's gonna suck. And part 3 of the raid is just a boss fight.
Dude, yeah, when we just straight into the boss, I was like, thank you. My brain does not have that,
because it was looking bad.
Another 4 hours.
It was looking bad. It was looking bad when you first start. You have to run up that staircase. There's that big gate in front of you. You're like, oh no! Like during the first 2, you're in an outdoor kind of area. You see the rocks that you have to platform on.
Yep.
And this one, I thought it was gonna be like a Demon Slayer House of Horrors, where the house just spins and you got to figure out which door to go into and stuff. My mind was going to places on like how hard these puzzles can be, man. And when the doors open and it's just an arena, I was like, oh, thank God, dude. We just have to fight. That being said, that fight had the most mechanics out of anything that we did during the raid, for sure. We had to defend points. We had to create platforms. We had to shoot these symbols on the boss's head to prevent her from filling up a blood vial or whatever. And then you had to fight her, and she had this 6-hit combo that's unblockable. That's just insane.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was confused. I think sometimes she just starts off with that combo,
Yeah,
and then just kills whoever enters. For me, I don't think I ever countered or blocked it. Like I
yeah.
will always die 100%.
What I always did was, because you know it's coming. Well, one of them at least. You know it's coming because she sheathes her sword. I remember I would always attack as soon as she sheaths her sword. So because when you hit her,
Yeah,
she automatically pulls it out. You know what I mean? So it takes her out of
yeah,
the
and
EI
you
stance.
do three slashes before she recovers when she does that. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So we kind of banged our heads against the wall for that one. I think for maybe like 3 hours or something yesterday. That one, yeah, that one was crazy because we're in one room the whole time for 3 hours doing one fight, you know. But we definitely got better at it as time went on, and then like I said, we put it away for the night and came back to it today, and really paid attention to. Oh, okay, we need to. At least for me, I need to re-roll my sword so that I can parry her better. You know, I have a bigger parry window that I could hit her with. Or I think I re-rolled for Stone Stance, which is the best counter against katanas. So I was like, all right, since I got these two now, this fight should be easy. Lo and behold, we jump back in there, and yeah, I'm just parrying the shit out of her now. Just killing her. And then we had a good strat, you know. Like I said, the classes matter. Ant, as a Ronin with his revives, are just OP as hell, man. So we didn't have to throw too much when we were fighting her and she took us down. You know, we could just get a revive off rather than getting pulled out of there, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a great raid. I was kind of scared once we beat her in her realm and pulled her out into ours. I was kind of scared we were going to fail at that part and have to do the whole thing over, man.
Dude, same here. I was like thinking, what if this is her ultimate form?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I hate that. Like when you play a game and you beat it and they have like 3 or 4 ultimate forms and it gets harder after each one. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't have that energy to to do that. We can barely pass the first form.
I like
but
that.
Luckily, yeah.
There's some room for error, you know. We could mess up on some damage phases. We could mess up on shooting the symbols around her head. You know what I mean? But we can recover from that, right? If anything, the Court of Oryx. Do you remember that one on the big ass ship?
Yeah.
If you messed up one rotation on that, like if someone missed a jump or if you missed killing the knight or missed staggering the boss, you failed
start
that
all
shit.
over.
Yeah. With this one, it's a little bit easier to recover. If you mess up on one part, you can kind of bounce back, you know, maybe kill enemies faster here or, you know, bail someone out that died in the portal. Because our last run wasn't perfect by any means, but we made it work. So I think that's what I enjoy too, if there's like a recovery point. Because and there were some times too where we maybe messed up a DPS and just too much bad stuff would happen. Like she would spawn more enemies, we'd bail the guy out, so that means Oni are coming too. Then there's just too much stuff on top of us. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I was nervous at the end when we beat her in her realm, got her down to the last 10%, so we had to fight her outside one-on-one. I didn't realize so many ghosts were gonna spawn, dude. Those have to be the worst enemies, man. The invisible enemies, they have to be the worst.
Dude, yeah, like especially you try to block or parry, but you can't see half of their swing, so it's just random. I think so many times I would think I'm fighting one, and then someone just comes and stabs me in the back, you know? Like, oh man. So now when I'm fighting, I like do a couple slashes, and then I don't care if it's just one person, I run away, you know, and like pop my AoE because I have a feeling somebody's behind me. But yeah, that last part, I was just dropping everything. I was like shooting my arrows, shooting everything I had.
Yeah.
It's getting tricky.
I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I think I was just rushing. I was prioritizing reviving people and stuff like that. And then I think we thought we cleared everything out, and all of a sudden a dude with a big ass shield, an invisible dude, just comes up and tries to attack you, man. Ugh. But I'm glad we beat it. I think that's cool. Just took the whole weekend to do it. It's probably one of the better challenges I've faced in a while.
Yeah. That was pretty fun, you know. Even though I thought it was like going to be short because we like beat the first one in an hour, and I was like, oh man, we're kind of doing this kind of fast. And then we faced the second one, and I was like, nope, this is fucking hard.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for. It makes me excited for the next raids, man.
Yeah,
like what if we have to fight, you know, like a Mongol god or something like that? I think that'd be cool, man.
Damn, yeah.
But
they can just expand on this whole game, you know.
So much, dude.
Everything, yeah.
So much. I kind of want a mandatory stealth part too. I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like
that'd be pretty sick.
Because there was one in Destiny, right? In the Vault of Glass.
I think whatever.
Yeah, the Gorgons or whatever. Yeah. We had to sneak around them if we got caught. We just failed the mission right there. I want something like that in Ghost of Tsushima, dude. Especially since you have so many tools, you know, to block their sight. I think that'd be kind of cool, man.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
But yeah, man, shit. Ghost of Tsushima was already one of the better games from this year, dude, and this multiplayer is just making it that much better, man. It's great.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know the raid was gonna be like this though. I thought it was just gonna be some glorified survival mode. Next thing you know, yeah, they actually give you a raid. It has a story. The EO is chasing you the whole time, dude, trying to look
that
for you.
Is creepy as shit, man. The first time we saw it.
Yeah.
After that, I closed my eyes for the entire time.
Yeah, so in Destiny, for different portions or different puzzles, there's like an enrage timer, right? Where if you don't finish the portion in a certain amount of time, it gets harder and basically you automatically fail. The solution for that in Ghost of Tsushima was they made EO, the boss, kind of look for you while you're doing all this stuff to weaken her. And when she finds you, it's just her face all on the screen.
Damn.
She has no eyes. She has sharp teeth. It's just kind of creepy to look at. And after a while, you can see it coming. You know, like if you're taking a little bit too long, the edges of the screen start to get red, and you're like, "Oh God, we're gonna fail! We're gonna fail!" All of a sudden, that creepy ass face is front and center on your TV screen, man. Yeah, it's kind of creepy, but no, the raid was fun, man. I commend them. I hope it. Nah, I'm lying. It's gonna take them forever to come out with another one. I was just thinking about Final Fantasy the other day too, 7 Remake. About how, oh man, I can't. Part 2 has to be coming out soon, right? And then I looked at it, and Final Fantasy 7 Remake came out less than 6 months ago, dude.
Yeah, that's what I was like. Nah, man, we got another 3 years.
2022 when we're gonna see the next part, man. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I know. They probably might have another Kingdom Hearts first before it goes out.
But they're about to, that rhythm Kingdom Hearts game.
Yeah, see?
Oh my god, man. But yeah, time is just going by so slow, and you know, with COVID and everything too, games being made is just going to happen a lot slower as well. I don't think we felt it as much this year just because it's the next generation's coming. Stuff that's coming out this year has been worked on for a while. I think we're going to see it in the next 2 years. There's just going to be a real slowdown as far as big games coming out. Since everybody's quarantined and you can't work at full 100% capacity, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of working full 100% capacity, we thought Cyberpunk was going to come out in like 2 weeks.
I know. I was ready for this.
It's coming out in December now, dude. What the fuck?
Oh man. You know, I took I think it's 2 days. 2 days off after Thanksgiving so I can go full blown into Cyberpunk, but man, I guess I'll just enjoy Genshin, not having Kaching.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed out. I've definitely cleaned out space in my C drive for it, man. Only the most precious of games get saved onto your C drive nowadays, onto your solid state. How big is your secondary drive that you have? Your like storage drive?
So I have 3. I have 256 for my OS, and I think a terabyte for not my SSD. I got like 500. And then my big one, but it's not an SSD, it's like 4 terabytes.
Yeah, I think I have 500 for my OS, and then I have 4 terabyte. It's like it's one of those hybrid joints, you know what I mean, where it's part mechanical, part SSD. Man, and I think I almost have it filled up too, dude. I need to clean it. But I'm nervous.
Yeah, I'm looking at mine. Mine are all almost filled. Like, fuck.
Dude, I've used 2.5 terabytes. What the fuck is in here, man? That's crazy. It's crazy thinking about it because, 30 years ago, they couldn't even imagine how big a terabyte was, right? And now we're just filling that shit up on the weekends, man.
So easily. Yeah.
Well, that's what happens, right? Like, back in the day, a JPEG was only so big, Nowadays, with faster internet speeds and higher resolution shit, JPEGs are fucking huge, right? So it's not that we're getting slower, it's just everything's getting bigger and more detailed as far as memory goes. So maybe I just have a bunch of pictures in there, man, that I need to delete.
Damn, that much pictures.
2 terabytes worth of pictures, dude. Holy shit.
Dude, I have like over 10,000 pictures.
And
that only fills up maybe 5 gigs or something.
Oh my god, dude, that's crazy. But yeah, man.
I don't know what you have. You probably have full-blown 4K resolution pictures.
3D pictures, VR. I have VR pictures, dude. I got everything in there. But yeah, man, no, I was super ready for Cyberpunk to come out. And you know why too? There's been a rumor going around for a while that they're gonna do a Mass Effect special edition or something like that, where it's just gonna be the whole trilogy remastered coming out. And I'm super down for that, man. I really only played the first 2, but just in those first 2, that story is super great to me. I think that was my first experience with really choosing your own adventure and having it matter in a game. So I'm super down to play those again. I mean, those games just hit so much controversy, right? With, I think in the second or third one, you could only unlock a character if you pre-ordered it from GameStop or something like that.
What? Really? Is there a character?
Yeah. It was one of the characters, I think. I'll have to look back at it. But there's
it's John Wick. I'm doing it right now, dude.
Wait, no. It wasn't the John Wick. It was like for Mass Effect. It was like
Mass Effect.
Yeah,
I thought you were talking about. I was like, dude, I am ready.
I'm going to GameStop now, dude.
Yep.
No, yeah, there was a character in Mass Effect that you couldn't get unless you pre-ordered from somewhere specific. So I know like there was a lot of controversy that nobody liked the ending at all. I think they had to make a DLC to recreate the ending.
And
people still didn't like it. Yeah. So, but I'm totally down to play it again, man. Just experience that whole story one more time. I think that's a game I actually did a full like good karma run and bad karma run in. Yeah, man. Being bad in that game is just super fun. That's the infamous that reporter asking you why you're making all the decisions you're making, and you just knock her out. And then you can do it again in the second one. Game's so great, dude. But yeah, so I'm ready for some sci-fi futuristic action. Cyberpunk was definitely gonna scratch that itch, but shit, it's not coming out until Christmas time. I mean, basically it's Christmas right now, right?
Yeah.
Because we are we just had Halloween, so it is November already, dude. Do they start playing Christmas music on the radio already?
I think one of the stations did. I was just flipping the stations.
Oh my god.
Might have been 96.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
But man, if it's coming out in December, I think I might take more time off. There's a lot of people taking the whole week off right after Christmas. And so that I was like calculating it. That's like 10, 11 days straight of not working. And I was like, I took the first 3 days off. So I have roughly 8, 9 days of not working. But if I take the whole week after that too, dude, I'm going to be gone for like almost 15 days.
Yeah, like 2 weeks, dude. Holy shit. You have that much time off?
I do, but I don't want to spend that much time.
That's me too, man, where I'm accumulating a bunch of time off. And at this point, I have to use some, right?
Yeah.
So I'm taking the 13th and the 14th or 14th and 15th off of November. Because there's a random Wednesday that we get as a holiday. So I'm going to take the rest of the week off from there. But yeah, you're right, dude. I could just take that whole week because Christmas and New Year's are on a Friday, huh?
Yep. If you take, it's only 4 days too. If you take 4 days off, you're going to have a long 2 weeks. And that's the week after Christmas.
Yeah.
You can take 3 days off before Christmas. And you can start from the 19th all the way to the 28th.
Yeah.
27th. And then work for 4 days and then, have more time off again.
Jesus, yeah, you really worked this out, dude.
Oh, dude, I was calculating. I was like, how much are these people going to miss me? No one? All right. And then I was like feeling guilty. I was like, dude, I've been taking too many freaking days off. And then we have like a board at work now, to write whoever's taking days off. Everybody is taking that whole week off, and I was like, fuck this, man. I am gonna do that too. I'm gonna be the sheep, I am following the crowd, so I'm ready.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Damn, look at us, dude. Just 2 old dudes talking about video games now, man. You're excited about giving out Halloween candy to some kids in the neighborhood. I'm excited about what days I'm going to take off coming up, man. Holy shit. When did we get old, dude?
I don't know. I think I'm a kid.
Me too, dude. Sometimes. I think I'm like a fucking man child sometimes. You know what I mean? When I drop all this money to play Demon's Souls. But other times, there's just got to be responsible for shit. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, they say 60% of America plays video games, guys. So I am pretty impressed with the statistics because, I find the coworkers that you think wouldn't be playing video games, they all have a console, or of some sort, whether it's the old school or new. In my last job, my supervisor, he's like 60 or 50 or something. And they have like Xboxes, so I'm like, damn, dude, there is no age for video games. It's growing. Everybody is excited to have a video game, even though they play maybe an hour a day or less than that. Still, everyone's playing video games. So I don't care how old I am. I'm going to keep playing video games. Yeah. And I can't wait till we're starting to transition into the VR where we're like, not like Sword Art, but you know what I mean? Like we're in that world where we don't have to move too much and we're still playing video games where it's natural.
Dude, I was just watching Sword Art a bunch this week too. Because it's just been really, really dead at work, so I've been watching it on my phone. Didn't you tell me they're going to come out with like a more
reboot
detailed version of it?
Yeah.
Where they go through each floor?
Yeah. And that was in the manga. Or the other manga, which is the title of this new anime that's coming out. And reading it, it's pretty good. Like the regular Sword Art, they skip from like 1 to 30 to 77, and then boom, they're already done. But this one, they were like going through each levels. There's more encounters between Kirito and Asuna, and stuff like that. I actually for this latest season that just came out, I kind of dropped off from Sword Art, but I just had to take a peek of the end, and I don't know, like Sword Art completely changed from what it was. It was supposed to be like the survival death game, and now they just implemented some sort of thing. I don't know. To me, it feels completely different. But what I wanted to say is, still the relationship between Kirito and Asuna, it's still there. Like, it's still strong.
It still follows them two mainly?
So there's one season that doesn't, but it mainly follows Kirito a lot. And he's the main character. He kind of builds his harem. But it's still between Asuna and Kirito.
I forgot that Kirito has a harem, dude.
Yeah,
there's the blacksmith chick. That's Asuna's friend, even, and then the chick with the dragon, and then the one that died.
His sister, and then
his sister.
This other girl from this gun game.
I forgot about that. That's not his sister. That's like his cousin or something, right?
I think it's a sister.
No. She's adopted or some shit, I thought.
Oh, I don't know. But, damn. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
I forgot. Because I really just watched it this weekend. So it's too funny.
And then now it's this AI. Or at least I think it's this AI.
That's in his harem too?
Yep.
Jesus. See, I didn't watch anything past the gun one. Just the first part of it when those dudes from the Laughing Coffin were still murdering people.
Yeah.
That's the last one I watched when they caught those guys. And you thought that Kirito died real quick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'd totally be down to watch that. I think that was the first anime that really got me into what are they called, like isekais and stuff. Was that the first one that there really was, or what?
No, there's plenty, but
before
then the trend really started off to, like everybody started making isekai animes where it involves a game, or something like that. But the thing is, I'm just excited for this one because now it's still going back to that whole death game, but it's just really detailed. Sure. And you start to see all the floors and go through all the trauma and the memories and that same feeling that we were supposed to see, being in that world. Because I felt like we were kind of cheaped out. Like we just skipped so many levels. And I was thinking there's going to be 100 levels. So there's going to be 100 episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I was like, oh man, they're already at 33. Oh man, they're at 77. Yeah. What is going on?
Yeah. So, and then they don't even finish it because Kirito finds out about the dude that created it.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. Now that anime was great. I wish they did, and I hope they do in the progressive one. I wish they went more into the different guilds, I remember how the army took over the first floor, and then there was the frontliners that were a couple different guilds.
Yeah.
What was his homie's name? Klein?
The
samurai? Him and his buddies made that samurai guild? Yeah. They were on the front lines too, and when he went to get that,
with no guild.
Yeah, he was just a loner. But then there was that one part where I think he was trying to get that item that could revive people after he joined that one guild and they all died. And those guys came in and they didn't care about anything. They just wanted to get rare items and hoard it. And Klein and his home, is that his name? Clyde? I forgot his name.
I think so.
But they defended Kirito while he went and fought the unique mob. So I wish they got into more like that, because once they talk about that guild that just goes after rare items, that's it really, and you have the whole thing with the Laughing Coffin, and it would have been so cool to just see those dynamics work, because then they talk about how they went to the Laughing Coffin hideout to get rid of him, and put him in jail and shit like that, basically in the game. But that was just a flashback in the second season. It wasn't even part of the original one. So I'd be down.
Yeah,
I'm down for a more fleshed out version of that world.
I think, and that's the thing. When I was reading that manga, they didn't really finish, or it didn't. It sounded like it was progressing, and they're introducing a lot of elements that I didn't see before. So they could change the storyline, is what I'm saying.
Oh wow.
Like instead of him finding out what's his name, Akuba, at the end and floor 77, he could be, I don't know, it could be something different where they all reach like level 100.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of things that were changing when I was reading the manga, and I was like, oh, this is different, but it's still the same. It was really detailed. So I just hope that's gonna be the case, because for instance, I think he mentions, like, when they're in like the higher levels, 77, they go in a little flashback in the anime, and they're like, the last time Kirito talked to Asuna was back in floor 2 or something. And in this manga, that's where he's like, they're kind of building memories together going up the floors. So it's kind of changed.
Okay. Wait, but aren't they like, because their whole reputation in at least the original Sword Art is they just fight all the time. You know what I mean? Like they're always arguing about how they should beat a boss, or argue about who should be in the front and shit like that.
Yeah.
So does it change like that? Are they nice to each other?
They're more nice. They're more talkative. They're having conversations. So I guess that's why I was saying they might have changed the story.
Interesting.
But they're still going through the levels.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm totally down to watch it again, man. Anime for me has been kind of dry recently. Well, maybe because I'm super picky about it, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super picky. I still got to watch The Great Pretender. I think that one's gonna be cool on Netflix. Like I said, it's been dead at work, so I've been switching between Sword Art and
Mandalorian.
Dude, have you seen The Promised Neverland?
Yes.
What the fuck, dude? I think I asked you guys too recently. Like, all of this just came from someone's imagination, dude. Like, all anime is made.
Did you finish it?
I didn't finish it, but all anime is made like by people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
yep.
A guy made Berserk. He made this world of like demons and fucking curses, where just horrible shit happens. A dude wrote Demon Slayer, where fucking chicks get raped, or Demon Slayer, Goblin Slayer, where chicks get raped by goblins, and then that's how they have baby goblins and shit, dude. Like, people make this stuff up. Isn't that crazy to you?
I think I didn't see it until you pointed it out. Because if we're entering the psychology of what is normal and what is acceptable, but there are instances where I did question like certain animes, like how did it get past production to produce something like this? That was the bare minimum of that thought. Funny? I didn't think too deep into that.
Yeah, but what's funny is the only one in recent memory that's actually been canceled, at least, or taken off of Crunchyroll, was the what's it called? The Yelp review one for brothels. That's the only one that I've ever seen get taken down. I think maybe Rurouni Kenshin did for a little bit because the creator was like a pedophile or something, I think. And maybe even Berserk. But in recent memory, at least, like, that's the only one really, and it's not even that violent. It's just these guys that are fucking around reviewing fucking brothels, man. It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah. It's on the hub now.
But that's definitely what I thought about watching The Promised Neverland, dude. Where, spoiler. Oh, and shout outs to Scott, who recommended this one to me too. Where it's just these kids in an orphanage, and you think they're gonna get adopted and shit. When they age out, no, they don't get adopted. They just get fed to fucking demons when they're too old, dude.
Exactly.
It's like, what is going on, dude?
This is... I enjoy these kind of animes.
Really?
It's because, like, it's the unknown of, I don't know. It's like it gets me thinking, like, what is out there, and why are these kids getting fed to these demons? Like, I want to know the truth behind it. You know what I mean? Until I discover, we discover, oh yeah, they're maybe mutated humans or something like that. Yeah. Then I lose interest. But it's just a mystery, and that's what probably the creators are working off of people's. Like it piques their interest of wanting to identify what's eating them. Like, why are the plants exist? Who are these people that are on the outside? Like, why?
Why?
why the caretaker doing this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, man, this is crazy, and it makes me think to every other anime that's come out. But I mean, there's a lot of good, I guess, vanilla, regular stuff that's cool out there. There's just those exceptions, and for some reason, those exceptions are just the most popular. Either they just have a cult following. Yeah, man, I'm a fan of anime. Just super casual.
Yep.
Crazy. Speaking of anime, the waifus still going strong, man.
Oh yeah.
You said you got another Klee?
Got another Klee and another Bidoof.
The luck, man.
And I remember too when I remember what I was doing. I was eating a burrito at that time, and I said, you know what? I can roll. If I roll, I don't want Klee. And I said it again. And then when I rolled, I saw the gold. I was like, oh, interesting. I was really calculating how long it took for my visual to get an idea of when the blue turns gold. And I was like, oh man, it's near the end. And then I was like thinking, I better not see Klee in my head. And I saw the silhouette, and I saw the little hat. You know how it's like a shadow before it reveals?
Yeah.
And I was like, motherfucker. I was like, God damn it, dude.
Man. The god tier luck, dude. That's crazy.
That's why I'm trying the other banner now. Like, even though the odds of getting it is really rare because of the weapons, you know, is diluting it, but...
Wait, did you get her on a single pull?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a god. You're a god, dude. I've been doing single pulls for like 2 weeks, and I've only gotten blues, dude. Your luck is insane.
I don't want the Klee though. Like, you can have Klee. Like, please give me something else. Come on, please, give me Diluc. Why?
So yeah, I mean, we're getting to a point now where I think I'm actually stacking for when the next characters come out, which is in 10 days, I think, right? Is in November.
Yeah.
My only thing is like, man, I'm gonna save up for 2 weeks. I'm gonna be all excited, and then I'm gonna pull, and I'm not gonna get anything I want, dude. So it's gonna be looking like the last 2 weeks were a waste. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing I'm nervous about. So maybe I'll do like single pulls like you. But like I said, all my single pulls have been blues, dude. It's not been fun. I'm having those 10 bad days in a row every day, dude.
That means the 11th day is going to be a great day.
Yeah, my luck is really, really bad. I think Venti was my peak. That was my peak pull right there. Everything else is just going to be not good anymore. But yeah, man. I'm trying to think what else I played this week. I haven't really been playing nothing besides Genshin. I'm actively going in every day to do the dailies on there now.
Yeah, I've been doing the dailies and trying to get all the I haven't really done the story. I think it's because I've been preoccupied with Ghost and but I need to re-dive back in there because there are things I want to do in Genshin.
Yeah. Oh, my controller has a drift now, man. R.I.P.
Yep.
My PlayStation 4 controller.
But I think they probably programmed it. They said,
to go bad.
November 1st or whatever, it's gonna start going bad. That is like a software.
Yeah, that is the that would be a fucking thing though, man. I'd believe it if that were real, because if anything, people's reviews are starting to come out. I think last week we said, yeah, a bunch of people got their review copies of the PlayStation 5, right? But they just showed the box. They couldn't actually open it and show us what was inside. I think this week everybody did. They opened it and showed you what's inside, and they could play and review some stuff. And by far, everyone is saying that this is the next gen. You could tell the PS5 is next gen because the controller is next gen. So yeah, my controller dying might be a sign for me that, yeah, it's really time to move on to the PlayStation 5, dude.
Damn.
Because I got a bunch of like haptic feedback on there where it specifically rumbles on one part of the controller. There's resistance on the trigger buttons. They're just saying so much about this controller, so I'm excited for it, man. I can't wait. Less than 2 weeks, dude.
2 weeks. That's what I was like. I hope I find pre-orders soon. If not, I know I'll hopefully find the physical copy. Maybe on base or something.
That's true. They're wrapping it up too, man.
They should have it for Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they want to make $1 billion, they better be cranking them out by Christmas, man. Yeah, because they've been going overdrive on the marketing for it as well. There's a lot of interviews for next gen games. There's a lot more footage of next gen games too. They just had this whole thing about Demon's Souls, and that game looks too clean, dude. I feel like it's not even a video game. The whole thing's just one big cutscene. It looks so clean, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't wait to play that. It's funny they give you the Astro Bot game for free. Did that come free on PlayStation 3 too?
I don't remember. I know you have to pay for it on PS4.
Oh wow. Sony's good for that though. They always have like a free game on their consoles that lets you experience all the features, kind of like Wii Sports. On the PSP, there's one called Opening Theme Park or something like that. And in there, you get to use the touch screen, do different mini games with the different features on the, like use the camera for something too. So yeah, if this comes free with the console, I'm down, dude. I just can't wait to play other games on it. I want to see if Genshin runs any better on it, because I feel bad every time we load into like a dungeon or something, and you guys are halfway done with it by the time I load in. I feel bad every time, dude. Oh man, but yeah, I think I have just been playing Ghost and Thing this week, dude. We didn't play Among Us this week, man. We gotta get a game in, dude.
Yeah.
Baldur's
we played.
No, we didn't play this week. I don't think, at least.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate came out with a bunch of updates. I need to jump back into that. Yeah, Ghost. I didn't think Ghost would take all my attention like this, man. It's kind of crazy, but samurais and ninjas are always the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it for us this week. The countdown is on, dude. T-minus 11 days, man. One more episode until the next generation comes out, dude. And we'll have some real takes from you, because I'm going to be playing the shit out of it when I get it, dude. What if I don't get it?
What?
What if the mail just takes forever, dude, and I don't get it for like 2 weeks, man? I'm going to be sad.
Oh, man. I would be sad, too, for you.
Yeah. But you know what? It's karma, because it'll be karma for me getting Remake early. You know, I got it like 2 days ahead of time. So I'll understand if karma wants to give me the PlayStation 5 a little bit late. I'll understand.
What if everybody was getting theirs late, though?
Oh, then I would definitely understand. If it's just me, I'll cry about it, but I'll understand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, man. But yeah, I think that's it for us this week. You know what else I'm excited about once the PlayStation 5 comes out? Just remember this. I'm going to uninstall Twitter. The only reason I have Twitter right now is on my phone is so I can get updates on when PS5 restocks happen.
What about PAX?
Oh, that's true. No, you guys check that for me, man. I don't have to check for that, man. Everybody else, you guys can check that. I miss PAX, by the way, dude.
I do too.
I'm super.
I miss it a lot.
What was I looking at today? I think I was watching a football game, and it was the Seattle Seahawks playing. I was like, oh man, I went to Seattle. Oh, that was last year. I would have been there like a month ago if PAX was still popping, man.
Yep, playing games, chilling at the card shop.
Yep. Yeah, but dude, I love PAX, man. I love Seattle. That place is cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so T-minus 11 days till I delete Twitter, dude. It'll be great. But yeah, that's it for us this week. We'll see you guys next week. Last episode before the next generation is officially here. But until then, Rick, some words of wisdom.
Never tweet. Never tweet. Never delete Twitter.